Dear students, welcome to another semester of having classes under the new normal courtesy of COVID-19. First of all, let me extend my warm regards to everyone for surviving the past semester. No matter what grades you have received, you are a strong survivor. Please believe that. Okay? What we have undergone the past semester is really a challenge. So even if you have received failed, dropped, or incomplete remarks, one thing is clear. You are still able to do good. And for that, you are able to proceed to a higher level. So give yourself a pat on the back and welcome to the second semester of the academic year 2020-2021. Most of you, I suppose, are already familiar with who I am, and I hope you are also able to familiarize yourselves with the demands of the courses I handle. For this semester, I would be handling Humanities 101, Literature 101, and some NSTP 102 courses. And despite the differences of the said courses, the demands you would have to meet are generally the same. First, let me remind you of the same things I have mentioned in my introductory video last semester. So, if you just entered PCC this semester, then I greatly recommend you watch this video. I will lift the link. And before I mention the course requirements, please be ready with your pen and paper so you can take notes. I will give you 10 seconds to get ready with your writing materials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So great. I suppose you already have your pen and notebook with you. So the number one requirement for all the courses I handle, especially for Literature 101, is reading. Please write that down. Capital R, capital E, capital A, capital D, capital I, capital N, and capital G. Reading. I cannot emphasize this enough. Okay? Guys, most, if not all, the general education courses would be highly modular. So you would be receiving your modules online through Google Classroom. And the major contents of your modules, just like last semester, will be your learning content, learning activities, and your assessment. One mistake that some, if not most of you did last semester is you went directly to your assessment and just answered the questions there without reading the other contents of your module. At the beginning, some of you did not even realize that there is a learning activity before the assessment. So some of you have just turned in the assessment part of your module So your instructors have to send you a message and say that your output is missing or that you did not turn in your learning activity. Another thing that we, your instructors, have noticed last semester is some of you just answered your learning activities and assessment without reading your learning content. So the answers you have given did not really match the ideas that the modules would want to obtain from you. Some of you were even sending messages to your instructors about instructions on how to do this and how to do that, despite the fact that the instructions were clearly written on your modules. Some of you sent some questions to clarify things, and that is okay, no problem with that. We appreciate that because we, your instructors, know that at least you have read the instructions. It's just that there are some things that might have confused you. However, it is very obvious, guys, if you just send a message to your instructor without reading first your entire module. So please, again, the number one requirement for all the courses I handle is reading. Sorry, I think it is not just the courses I handle, but all your courses, actually, whether that be a major or a minor course. Please take advantage of this pandemic for you to learn and appreciate the act of reading. I know some of you do not like or even hate reading, but since I am a strong advocate of it, and since I want reading to be a major part of Filipino culture, like how they do it in Finland, in Norway, and Sweden, you are left with no choice but to read. So let me emphasize that reading is a must, and that is your number one requirement. Okay, I hope that is clear. My second and third requirements, which I also mentioned last semester, are discipline and time management. Okay, write this down on your note. Number one requirement, again, is reading. Number two is discipline, or to be more exact, self-discipline. Number three is time management. If you have not realized this yet during the last semester, then let me tell you that most of the time regard your academic tasks during this pandemic, you only have yourself to rely on. You may have received help from your classmates, friends, family members, instructors, and mostly, I think, from Uncle Google. But those help you received, even if you put them all together, are just a scratch to the surface. Majority of your academic tasks still rely on you and no one else. So for your tasks to be successful or to have high points, and for you also not to bother other people, you would have to practice self-discipline and time management. For sure, if you strictly and continuously do my first three requirements, then there is no reason why you will fail on your courses this semester and the rest of the semester that is yet to come. Okay, so those are your 3 general requirements. Let us go now to your specific policies, which are enumerated on the last page or second to the last page of your syllabus under classroom policies. Let us discuss the specifics of these policies on this video as well. Okay, and our first policy, number 1, is with regard the language that you are required to use if I am your instructor. Observe the English only policy, or EOP for short. If you have questions, clarifications, violent reactions, or opinion you want to ask or tell me, then most of the time and any time of the day, I can entertain you easily through Messenger. You just have to search my name if you have not yet sent me a conversation through Messenger. If you want your queries to be read immediately, then I suggest that you use Messenger. You send me a message directly. You may use email or our Google Classroom, but your comment or question might be read a bit late. So again, if you want immediate answer to your query, then send me a message directly through Messenger. And you have to write it in English, right? Okay. Last semester, I replied to your queries, no matter what language you have used. But this time, I would strictly require you to follow the English-only policy. So if your query, comment, suggestion, or violent reaction is not in English, then I would not reply to you. I would only honor requirements submitted in English. I would only reply to queries written or spoken in English. And I would only attend to comments, reactions, or suggestions written in English. And before you send your queries, comments, or suggestions, please double check your spelling, capitalization, punctuation, and make sure that your sentences are complete and not run-on sentences. So that is our number 1 policy. It is high time for you to be more comfortable in using the English language formally and, of course, appropriately. Since I know most of you have taken a medical program to be able to work abroad, so please practice communicating in English. You have me to practice with, so take advantage of that, okay? Okay. Our second policy is in relation to time management, and that is for you to observe the deadlines of your learning activities and assessment. Last semester, I was not really strict with deadlines because I know we have unreliable internet connection. It sucks. But this time, I think we already know how to address and how to adjust ourselves with regard to this problem. However, if you are really in an unforeseen circumstance and you think that you cannot beat the deadline, then all you have to do is inform me ahead of time or write me an email explaining your circumstance and why your output is to be submitted late or why your output is late. Are we clear with our second policy? Okay, I hope so. Next, let us have our third policy, and that is with regard plagiarism. In case you do not know, Google Classroom has plagiarism check. So it is really easy for us, your instructors, to know the plagiarized sentences of your essays or reaction papers. Hence, do not just copy answers that you see online. Think on your own first. Moreover, plagiarism also means copying the answers of your classmates. Guys, if you think your instructors are not reading your outputs, think again. We do read your outputs and we can detect answers and sentences that are the same. Again, think on your own, guys. Think on your own. And by the way, guys, independent learning is highly encouraged. And thinking on your own is a big part of it. Okay? Another thing as well, plagiarism is considered cheating. And our fourth rule states that cheating will automatically lead to 0 score on the learning activity or assessment or exam where you have cheated. Anyway, modular classes allow you to open your notes even during exams. So I think there is really no reason for you to cheat. And if you are tempted to cheat, just remember this quote by Jeremy McGilvray. It says, "Life is the most difficult exam. Many people fail because they try to copy others." I hope my message is clear enough. Okay? Let us now have your fifth policy. And this states that you have to always use your own PCC account in accomplishing and submitting your academic tasks. Using somebody else's PCC account or your own personal account to submit an output or to accomplish an assessment or an exam will lead to 0 score. So always double check the account that is logged in to your tablet, computer, or cell phone. Make sure that it is your pcc.edu.ph account that is logged in. I have encountered last semester some students who are submitting the outputs of their classmates using their own PCC account. That is a big no-no. Treat your account as something very personal. It is only you who should be using it. One thing I also have encountered last semester was a student who did not log out from her PCC account when her cell phone was borrowed by her classmate to answer an exam. So when it was already the student's turn to answer the same exam, she cannot answer the exam anymore because her account was already used. Okay? Please remember to always log out from your PCC account if you are going to use a gadget that is not under your ownership. Are we clear on that? Okay, I hope so. Next, our third to the last policy has something to do with your Google ID, specifically the picture you use. First and foremost, a Google ID picture is required. It is a must. You have to. So for you who do not have pictures yet on their Google ID, you better upload one today. And what kind of Google ID picture should you be uploading or using? It should be your own picture first, and it should be formal. So it should not be like your picture on your Facebook account. Using your PCC ID picture or any 2x2 picture is much preferred. So I hope to see that all of you have appropriate profile pictures on Google Classroom. Okay? Okay, our second to the last rule is, okay, with regard to this one, if you have any concern with regard your certain course that you are taking this semester, please talk to your respective instructor first before consulting anybody. Please directly communicate to your instructors and speak for yourself. Do not let other people speak on your behalf. Okay? And finally, our last policy, okay, and this is with regard your modules, and you should not be reproducing these modules without your instructor's approval. These modules are the intellectual property rights of your instructors, and they are exclusively for your own learning, so please keep them to yourselves. Okay? So were you able to write down our 3 general requirements and our 8 policies? Okay? Well done if you did. And if you have any comments, suggestions, clarifications, confusions, violent reactions about your requirements and policies, you can reach me through email, which is c_cherry@pcc.edu.ph, or through the comments section of our Google Classroom and through Messenger. You just have to search my name, Cherry Kawis. So that is it for this video. I hope everything is clear. The next thing I will be posting tomorrow, prior to your first module, is your syllabus. So it is your syllabus that you would have to read first or review. Okay? Bye for now, guys. I am just a message away if you want to say something. Okay? This is the start of your second semester academic year 2020-2021. God bless everyone, and please stay safe.